Alrighty, brothers and sisters, we got a new all-time high, a Bitcoin new all-time high, and Ethereum at 2,800, looking like we discussed in the previous video, we are right into this red circle doing exactly the same thing now. And you know what that means? It means altcoins are gonna start to rally. In fact, we're starting to see them move, but the question of today's video is when this will happen, sir. We're tired. We're seeing Bitcoin pulling new all-time high, but people are not happy. The people want altcoin to rally. They want altcoins to go ham and crazy. People lost hope. We want to finally see meme coins rallying and pumping. We want to see the real pumps. We look at the fear and greed index and still at neutral, which tells me that, you know, we all here are not feeling very bullish, I guess. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about exactly our new all-time high on Bitcoin and how this will affect altcoins moving forward from today. So with no further ado, let's get into it. So first of all, a lot of people may have questions why Bitcoin is moving, what's happening, no news, there was nothing happening. Well, pretty much one major reason why is the negative funding rates, which means a lot of people are short. The bears are getting slapped right now because they are shorting, and that causes a short squeeze because of the amount of the ETF inflows that is coming in, which is very high, which causes a little increase, causes a spiral, causes these shorts to get squeezed, which means the price goes even higher. Now we got something as well moving today, which is Ethereum. That's the most important thing here. And Ethereum is going at it again, trying to break above the 2,800, which is the most important. From here onwards is a new all-time high, or pretty much we break above 4K, then the new all-time high on Ethereum, which tells us a new all-time high, which tells us an old season is coming, usually a break above an all-time high. Now we also got bread on it with a strong breakout from around 7.6 million market cap towards 11 million yesterday. I do think this is it. This is the breakout as we marked higher highs and higher lows, like you see here, higher highs and higher lows. So this pretty much tell us this is going much higher here. Now those little pumps you see here and there, now you see meme coins and altcoins are just barely moving, and especially Ethereum is barely moving, and they're moving because Bitcoin is moving up, so it's moving Ethereum as well with it, and then altcoins as well start to move with it. But this really tells us that there is hope, right? As soon as Ethereum really makes its major move, we get back, we're back printing, we're back making money, and we're gonna talk about that. Now what we got going on with Ethereum, which is the most important, is that we got the largest day ETF inflows on Ethereum. We got 200 million now yesterday on Ethereum. So this is very bullish. This is pretty much the highest we got since the dip, since the tariff crash dip. And usually when these high inflows come in, this drags the price higher, and this means Ethereum pumps an all season on its way. So this is very good, very exciting to me to see this. Now, even though we're not seeing those real big runs happening now, right now with altcoins, but we gotta be patient. First, you gotta let the king run, which is Bitcoin, then Ethereum. Now we're pulling Ethereum here because this is ETH pretty much bottomed, bounced exactly right from this point here, where I actually also made a video about it. And the main reason, whenever the RSI goes to this lower band, this red shaded area here, it marks the bottom, and this usually indicates a start of a new cycle, or the old season, or whatever you want to call it. So last time it happened, it was here, and this led us to this 2020 and 2021 rally, and this old season, 2021 old season. And ETH BTC is very much just the reverse Bitcoin dominance, and as we can see here, whenever it pumps a little bit, it does create weakness on the Bitcoin dominance. Now this is the Bitcoin dominance here. You can see how it starts to weaken because Ethereum is pumping, or the ETH BTC pair is pumping, and that's how big Ethereum is, and that's why it is very important. And that's is just a little drop in the ocean here with this Bitcoin dominance. Now you can imagine how big things can get when this really goes down here, and Ethereum is going towards and or above an all-time high. This will get altcoins going crazy, pretty much continuing a stronger downside or lower low than the previous ones. Because of today we got the ETFs, so something very major we did not have in 2017 2021 is that Bitcoin remained king through it all, and nothing besides Bitcoin had any sort of recognition. But today we've got spot Ethereum ETFs and possibly Solana, Dogecoin. There is even rumors about a Pepe ETF, believe it or not. So this is the first cycle where we have major institutional demand for actual altcoins, which means Bitcoin dominance might go longer down or might go even lower than before. And if you go to my profile here on Twitter, which you can follow me, link in the description, pretty much what's happening now is that the Fed decision in September is pretty much priced in that we are going to have a cut in September. Usually prediction markets are very, very good at predicting the future, as you've seen with Trump election win, which was predicted way in advance in poly markets. And this is something that starts to gain momentum, that we might see a rate cut in September. Keep that in mind, and things that are pretty much lining up perfectly for a major rally here by ETH BTC pair, which means all season. Now, since Bitcoin made a new all-time high, this tells us we're going to have a strong summer and a strong Q3 and Q4 pretty much till the end of the year. We're going to have a strong market. Now, so far this breakout on Bitcoin is very strong. This 4-hour candle closed above previous all-time high. Now you see yesterday we had another all-time high, but it did reject from it, and now a strong close right above this all-time high. Now, which tells me we're gonna see a continuation. Probably next is 115 for Bitcoin. Pretty much next as well is 121. I do think this is a pretty decent target, or pretty 119k could be as well a target. A lot of people are gonna pretty much set their take profits on Bitcoin around 119, 120. Now, keep in mind that when Bitcoin starts to actually drop, this is when it will show its strength. This is when Ethereum starts to show its true strength. Now we can see here Bitcoin topped right around, let's say here. So like in 2021 Bitcoin topped here, and then suddenly it started to rally and outperform it and showed significant strength on its second leg. Like this one here, it showed much significant strength, much strength than Bitcoin. So there is a world where Ethereum outperforms Bitcoin, and today I do think with the ETFs we're gonna have much more stronger rallies by Ethereum, which means strong rallies by altcoins, and especially altcoins on Ethereum that are outperforming today and pumping. Now we understand why Bitcoin is pumping, and it's going to continue to pump as we have now still negative funding, which means people are still in disbelief, and we see this pretty much clearly on that crypto fear and greed index, which is hilariously crazy. Now even my comment section must be really in shambles for me being bullish, and that is pretty crazy to think about, that every time we have the same thing play out, like last cycle or just in 2023, believe it or not, we got people following Pepe at $200 million market cap. People in the comment section were just like, it's bear market, never gonna happen, never, no. And the crypto fear and greed index was not that bad, but still people were very bearish. Now, just to tell you, people are still bearish, which means they are sidelined, which means the FOMO impact on the FOMO is going to be even stronger. And we're seeing this even with the whales, with so-called smart money is very short today, and they're thinking this will not pump. Now, when this keeps going like that, when this funding rate remains negative, this means we're just going to keep pumping until this becomes much more favoring longs, which means more longs than shorts. Now today in the market there are more shorts than longs. Now as soon as this becomes overly positive, which means above 100%, now last year we've seen days where this was overly positive, and this market usually tops, and because everybody and their mother just believes 100% that we're pumping and that's it, it's time we buy everything, and that's usually the end. Now today we still have negative funding, which means that we're just going to keep pumping. So whether you like it or not, these things are just going to keep going. That's the truth, and that's what's happening. So when it comes to Ethereum is showing a lot of strength as well, and will follow Bitcoin, because this is what's always happened. Ethereum always follows Bitcoin. And as long as Bitcoin is strong like today, we're not going to see a major alt season until Bitcoin or Ethereum, as I shown you with the reversed Bitcoin dominance. Now, as soon as Ethereum ETH BTC pair starts to show major strength, this is our signal to brace for alt season. Now, do we buy when we have confirmation that the alt season is here? I prefer to buy before, and this is what I've been doing this whole time. I do not buy when things tell me that's it, we're gonna pump. I buy before the pumps. Basically, people can do what they want to do, but I prefer to buy when everybody's fearful, and I prefer to sell when everybody's in extreme greed. Now, so that's why altcoins are not pumping, is because we need HBTC to start pumping. But they still are pumping today. So this is a good sign of that there is life. They are there. It's just that people are still fearful. People are still scared to buy. So somebody needs to buy for these things to go up. So people are still fearful, and as soon as they're going to start buying, as I said, there is a lot of sidelined money because of this negative funding. It just reflects the whole space in what's happening. Even with altcoins, people are in disbelief, and at some point they're going to start buying. Now, what's going to happen as well is we probably are going to see Pepe making a new all-time high, which means more people are going to get rich. Now, when these people get rich, a lot of them going to get rich from Pepe or SPX or any guys that got in early into some meme coin. God forbid people get early into some meme coin. Now, when people get in early into some meme coin and it goes into the billions of dollars like Pepe, it makes them rich. Or like people get in early on Bread on ETH and it goes into the billions of dollars, people are gonna get rich of it, and they're gonna buy another meme coin that is coming up, and that's called rotation, and it's called an alt season. Now, Pepe is looking like it wants to do this. Now, as soon as it's gonna do this, it's gonna create a lot of people that are rich. I remember I made the same thing in 2023, and it's called an alt season. So these people will rotate to the next thing, likely something like Bread on ETH or other derivatives of Pepe that look like Pepe, and these coins are gonna rally and keep rallying and rallying and rallying and creating a domino effect that's gonna cause a major alt season. So far, we need to wait for this to happen. So that's why I'm still patient. I'm holding my bets. I'm waiting for this to play out. Now, even if you don't hold Bitcoin, you should be happy seeing Bitcoin making a new all-time high. I know that it is not directly impacting your portfolio, but it is a good sign because this means this money that is here on Bitcoin is gonna somewhat go back to Ethereum, because people that bought in the ETFs are up a lot of money. So the Bitcoin ETF started around 40k Bitcoin. These people are up 2x, pretty much tripled their money, and these people will jump into the next thing that they got, which is ETH ETFs. And they're gonna jump into it, trying to do another 2 or 3x or 4x or 5x, since Ethereum is a lower market cap coin. And when that will pump and rally and they will get enough of it, the retail will finally feel like they can buy now, and the retail will be priced out of these markets, and retail will buy meme coins, and that's when the meme coins turn is gonna happen. So we always seen this play out all the time. Now, as long as Bitcoin is making new all-time highs, we should be happy. We should be grateful that this thing is pumping, and we should wait for things to play out. Now, I hope this was a helpful video explaining why Bitcoin is pumping, why altcoins have not made 100x yet. So things are gonna play out as we expect, it seems, since Bitcoin made a new all-time high. All we gotta do now is wait for it to be really strong, and it is happening. And as soon as this will happen, you will see the craziness like in 2021. So this whole thing is ahead of us right now. This is what we're waiting for here. And once this will do this, this is our real alt season. And finally, Lambos and travel around the world will be a thing. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video to the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.